Firstly, welcome everyone to our Guernsey presentation for 2021.
Everybody has a function and a role to play, and it's something that we've tried to instill across the club. It doesn't matter whether you're a volunteer or whether you're the president or whether you're the senior coach or whether you're in the 22 or you're not in the 22. We've all got a role to play to make our club successful and great again. And I've got a simple, I don't normally write down notes, but I don't know why I have, but I wanted to get this right tonight because it is a significant night. It's a significant year for our club, obviously coming off the back of a pandemic, but also 130-year celebration, inaugural women's team coming into the competition, new facilities being built at our club. It's a really exciting time, and obviously the new competition that we're going to be playing in, interstate travel and so forth. It's a really exciting time for our club, but at the same token, we've got an enormous history and a successful past that we need to respect and admire. So I've got a really simple quote that we've been instilling into the club, and it's respect the past, inspire a better future, because as great as our past has been, as much as we want to celebrate that, we are custodians at the moment, and we have the opportunity to ensure that Coburg players, both men and women, in 20, 30, 50 years time are afforded the same opportunity and the same successes that we are hopefully going to have this year. So just to let everybody in on something that sort of we're trying to, or an analogy that we're using this year, is that it's all about the boat. So I read a book over the pandemic. It's called The Boys in the Boat. It's essentially the American rowing team back in the 1950s, I think it was. They were up against everything. The Russians and the other countries were much better than what they were. Had great resources, great facilities, more money, everything at their disposal. Yet the American team came to the understanding that it actually wasn't who was in the boat, it was actually the boat that was the most important thing. So when I talk about everybody has a role to play and everybody has a function to play, the boat and the journey that we're on this year is to hopefully win a premiership. But it's what we do and everybody's role, ensuring that the boat stays on that path, is really important this year. So, Seb, when you say that I'm the most important person in the club, Eleanor's the most important person in the club, Luke Nelson's the most important person in the club, Gilly's the most important person in the club, Spiro's the most important person in the club, because we've all got a role to play to ensure that we get what we want and what we deserve. To Pete, X, and the leadership group, and then the extension of that is down to the players. Like, I could not be prouder of you guys and the work that you put in. We do ask a lot of you, and you guys do give up a lot. 3 nights a week, and then once the season gets underway, it's basically 4 days, plus your recovery, plus your nutrition, plus doing your reports, watching the game. You guys are so invested in actually becoming better footballers, but I think the beauty is as well that you're actually all ripping young men and good people. I shouldn't say that. But you're all ripping fellas, okay? And I think that's the sign of a good club. It's not the successes. Yes, we want to win a premiership this year, but it's also we want you guys to leave here in 10 years' time better people. Right? That's the main aim that I think of a footy club should be, no matter who you are. And lastly is to all the families and partners and people. So as much as these guys sacrifice, you guys sacrifice time with them as well, you know. And my wife and my son, I'll probably get a bit emotional now, but they're not here tonight, and they sacrifice so much for me to follow my passion, which is the Coburg Football Club, and chasing my dream of hopefully one day becoming an AFL coach. But I know the sacrifice that they give up, and I know, you know, talking to a couple of the parents, my mum's in the room, my brother's playing for us this year as well, my father's in the room. I know the sacrifices they give up that they don't get to spend with your sons. You know, so really we appreciate all the support, and I know that you've probably driven them around them when they were juniors, so hopefully they can drive themselves to games now. But you guys hopefully can see the work that you guys have put in over the years, and they get to go out and perform and do you guys proud. So thanks again to everyone for coming along tonight. Let's hope we have a great year. I'm sure that we will, and yeah, enjoy the night. Thank you.